Here we go. I got written down here 10 things that you don't understand or don't know about YouTube. And this is mainly referring to fishing channels and people that watch fishing videos. Now, don't take this personally. This is not directed at you. It's just directed at your buddy, someone you know. Obviously not you. You wouldn't do any of these things, and of course you know everything. Now, obviously, I'm directing this at myself. This is stuff that if you're not really in YouTube or you don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it, it can easily just go by and you're like, oh, I didn't even understand that or didn't realize that. So I'm going to help you understand some stuff about YouTubers. And a lot of this is referring to me. And a lot of this comes from comments and people I talk to, things I see, other YouTubers I talk to. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, I'm going to put together a quick little video. And I kind of wrote this down really fast. And we're going to go through it. Number 1 to number 10. So let's get right into it. Number 1 thing you didn't know about YouTube is the way the ads are placed. Now, I've gotten comments and a lot of times about how I didn't want to see this ad. Well, I have no control over that ad. Plus, the ads are put in there by Google, which owns YouTube, which that may be one of the things we're talking about. But the ads are for you. If you got an ad popped up and it says, support this person for president, and you're like, oh, I couldn't believe this person would be on there. Well, that person is on there because they're showing that to you. Plus, it's equal and free. People can put any kind of ad they want on YouTube. I'm not going to be mad that one person that don't like puts an ad on YouTube because a person maybe I do like is going to have an ad. So political ads, that drives me crazy when people get upset about that. They're going to be everywhere. You see them on TV, the same thing. They're just on there. And they're probably for your area, for what area you live in, maybe for your state. Also, they're a lot of times things targeted towards you. So whatever you have in your video history, all the things you watch, these are going to target towards you. I see a lot of fishing ads and outdoors camping, and recently I've been getting all kinds of t-shirt ads because I've been searching t-shirt stuff, selling merch. So I get all these t-shirt ads. So the ads are targeted for you, not by me. Plus, if there wasn't ads, I wouldn't be able to make a living off YouTube. So yeah, it's part of life. There's going to be ads on everything you do. That's how TV gets made. That's how movie stars get paid. That's part of it. And don't make a big deal of it. Click it off. You can also pay for YouTube Red, I think it is. You don't even have to watch ads. So if it bothers you that much, go do that. Number 2, let's get right into it, is comments. You're there watching a video. I do the same thing. I watch a video. I put a comment in. I can guarantee you this. I don't see all the comments and messages I get. Or if I do see them, it may be a day, 2, 3 days later. I had one recently I'll just bring up because someone commented something, asked a question. By the time I saw it, they had already replied to their own comment. Well, I guess you're never going to reply to this. And it was like 6 hours later. I don't sit and read comments as soon as they come in. I can't do that. That would drive me crazy. I don't read all the comments. That would drive me crazy. I take days off, maybe 2 days sometimes. I'll put a video out. A lot of times that video is already scheduled to come out. And I may be out fishing for 3 days without phone service while that video is playing. So the comments, I try to get to them. I want to appreciate people that are commenting. Commenting does drive the video to kind of get more views. It gets interaction. So it's good for the views, good for the channel, good for the video, but it is something that, it might not got seen. So you might comment on somebody that's your favorite channel, and he might never see that comment, or he might. So yeah, that's just part of it. Real quick, some YouTubers, kind of like me, I don't even like social media that much. Like, I'm not even really a big social media guy. The only thing I do is my fishing channel. I'll get on Facebook to look at Marketplace. I spend more time on that than I do any kind of other thing. So everybody's different on that. So let's go on. Number 3, commenters. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but people that comment. I do sometimes get caught up reading comments in other videos, or you go through something and you just get so aggravated by reading comments because people are making comments from all over the directions. Half the time doesn't even apply. And you're like, I want to reply to that, but nothing really even makes sense to reply to it because you don't know. And plus, the people that are commenting, they don't know half the details that are going involved. Let's say I get comments about how I handled a fish or something that happened. I flipped my kayak recently or a while back, and I've got so many comments about that. And I'm like, yeah, now I know now some of this stuff, or you don't know the situation I was in. You don't know where, there's so much you don't know. So when you jump in there to comment, keep an open mind. Like, hey, maybe I don't know all the situations. I see what's in this video. Not that I'm trying to distract from people commenting, because like I said, commenting is great. But also, when you're reading other people's comments, don't think, oh, they know what they're talking about also. Even if they say they know. So a lot of times people that are commenting also don't really know what they're talking about, or don't have all the facts. So whenever you're commenting, just keep that in mind. Don't be trying to, or if you're reading somebody else's, don't take it personally. They're just, maybe they're just commenting trying to help out the channel. All right, number 4 is a good one because people talk a lot about this. The algorithm. Everybody wants their video to get in the algorithm. What's the algorithm? The algorithm is whether people like your video or not. That's basically all it is. So the algorithm is nothing. I don't even know where that word came from, really. I'm sure there's a deep meaning to it and a whole bunch of scientific things that go into it. But what happens is I put out a video, and then the next day I put out another video. One video gets more views than the other one. So how did that video get in the algorithm better than this video? Because it had a better thumbnail, or it was a better video, or people just liked it better. Like it's all about why someone clicks on your video. Why does one video get more views than another video? Because people liked it somehow, something about that video. And a lot of times it's the thumbnail or the title that just attracts people. You're like, I don't know why that attracts those people, but it does. So a video getting in the algorithm just means it was a catchy video. Somehow people liked it. And if a video gets viewed by people, YouTube wants more people to watch it. YouTube wants people to watch as many videos as they can. So if they have a video that no one's clicking on this video, they're not gonna put it out in front of people. But if a lot of people are clicking on this video over here, they're gonna be like, boom, here, watch this video. So that's how the algorithm works. Speaking of videos, number 5 is videos. Are they real? Are they fake? How long did it take for them to make it? Who helped them? Did they have a videographer? Were they by themselves? Did it take a month? Did it take 5 minutes? There's so much that goes into a video that you don't understand or don't know. And we don't know unless like someone tells us, or you making the video yourself. So I can go out and record a video that I fished 10 hours and it turns into a 15-minute video. But that day looked amazing. You're like, wow, that was an amazing day of fishing. There could have been 5 hours of non-catching fish in between there. But there was like a couple bursts of catching fish. And in your mind, or the viewer's mind, it just looks like, wow, you were catching fish all day. So that's on the YouTubers, and we'll talk about that also coming up. I think that's maybe our next one. But so videos, you don't know a lot of information. You don't know a lot unless the people are kind of telling you. So every video you watch, and this goes especially to little videos and entertainment videos. A lot of times people put out fake videos that are pranks that make them look real to get views, to get comments. So don't go down the whole rabbit hole of believing everything you see. That's should be common sense, but we kind of got to get reminded of that. So whatever you're seeing. Oh, here's a good one. I remember watching when I was a kid. I'd watch these, and like Saturday mornings, these bass fishing shows would come on. And I always remember people saying, I bet it took them 3 or 4 days to film that video. But it looked like they were catching fish left and right. And we don't know. Like, it could have, or they could have been catching fish, one after the other. But let's move on to YouTubers. Number 6, not all YouTubers are equal. They're not equal in their talent, their abilities, how they got started, how much money they make, how much money they don't make. Do they have other jobs? What's their full-time effort? Obviously, if I didn't say personality, that makes a huge difference. So why one person gets a lot of views is usually based on their personality and their style of video based on another Plus, they got started into YouTube earlier. Just people, they come off likable. I don't know. There's a lot of different things going on, and you really don't know what are they really like? Is that YouTuber really like that, or do they put on a show? Now, when we're filming, we're always kind of putting on a show. Like, it's just hard when a camera's on. It's just hard to be normal. Like my normal self, I don't talk a lot, and I'm not usually very energetic. But when the camera's on, and then when I'm catching fish, it brings out all that energy in me. I do children's church at my church. I have to put so much energy into that it drains me. I have kids for an hour and a half, and I'm doing games, songs, and correcting kids, watching them, trying to keep them in line. That takes so much out of me. That's not my normal. That's not how I am normally. I have to turn that on to be able to let the kids have fun, to be able to keep their imagination, or keep their I forgot the word, attention. I can't think of the word. So so YouTubers, they'd be like, oh, that guy seems like a jerk. That guy seems like a nice guy. Could be totally opposite in real life. You also don't know what's going on in their life, their day to day. What do they have to go through? So not all YouTubers are the same. Let's move on, because some of the stuff we're going to overlap. Number 7, what is a YouTuber's responsibility? Is it like, oh, their responsibility is to, they can do what they want. Like I have no problem with people doing anything they want, making YouTube videos. Whether they're totally lying, whether they're I guess I would have a problem with them. They're lying, but whether they're leading on, or they're just, however a video comes off. And plus, each viewer can see that differently. So one person, might think, oh, they're lying to me. Another person is like, no, maybe they're just exaggerating, or I don't know. That's why, like, what is a YouTuber's responsibility? I get on my channel a lot. Can you share your locations? And why don't you share your location where you're fishing? Why don't you share with me? And I'll like, it's not my responsibility. I don't have any obligation to share my spot of fishing. What I feel like, for me, what I want to do is inspire and excite people about fishing, entertain them. Some people, I like to think that I provide some relaxation or entertainment, and also like an excitement about fishing. And what I really want to do is inspire people to go out and find their own fishing places, their own little spots, have their own, things. So I'm not just going to tell every place I go. Sometimes lures or rods, like it's not somebody, whoever's showing it, it's their responsibility to show you what they're doing. Like, hey, why didn't you show me that? I'm like, you don't have to watch that video. You don't have to know every little bit of detail about that. And that's the one I may change my mind on some of that stuff later, but I feel like the YouTuber's responsibility is not, they don't really have a big responsibility. It's like, that's up to you to choose whether you want to watch that person. All right, we got 3 left, and we got a few good ones here. Let's really quick. Number 8, YouTube is owned by Google. This was like 4 years ago. They said it gets 500 hours uploaded every minute. So there is like thousands and thousands of videos being pumped out into YouTube. Just upload. I forget. I think it's over. I think they said there was 1 billion users on YouTube. That's insane. So, like, whatever your little thing you're watching, there's just billions of people out there watching all kinds of other stuff. So if yours seems really important, you might be just a little bitty niche on a little bit of nothing on YouTube. And that's what the fishing world, if you're you watch a lot of fishing channels, fishing world it's just a tiny little bit of the YouTube. Let's move on to views. Not all views are the same. Not all views pay the same. We like to look at views and like, how many views did that guy get? Oh, I bet he made so much money. You have no idea. You really don't. If it's a short video, you make less than long videos, unless people watched less of your long video. So it's really about the amount of time viewed. So the longer the video, the more ads there are on it. If somebody watches longer, the more chances they saw more ads. The more ads, the more money somebody makes. I have a video that has 700,000 views. Oh, I have a couple. I got one that's got 700,000, and then another one that's got around the same amount. One of them made 10 times as much as the other one because people were clicking on this one video and watching just like 10 to 30 seconds. I don't even know why. They were like clicking on it, then like, I don't like it. And then another video, it got a lot of views. People were watching like 4 or 5 minutes of this video on average. So that video made so much more money. Plus, you don't know if every view, the monetization is different. It's different at different times of the year. It might be partially monetized. There's a lot of things going on. So you see views, I mean, it's nice to get a lot of views, but you really don't know if it's how much money somebody's making off that video. Number 10, this is a big one, and it's kind of one that ended on here. Not all viewers, people that are watching, are the same. Just like YouTubers aren't the same, all viewers don't think the same. Here, let me give you a couple things here that some people differ on. People that are broke, which a lot of people are, when they see expensive lures, right away they want to comment, "Oh, that's an expensive lure," and what expensive to them is going to be different than someone else. Somebody might look at that and be like, $20 lure? I would never throw a $20 lure. I'll go throw my $2 lure. You know what? You do what you want to do. That's awesome. We got freedom here. We can fish any way you want to fish as long as it's legal. There's a lot of other people that say $20 lure, if it works, I'm buying that. So whatever you think is not the same as what someone else is thinking. Some of y'all are broke. Some of y'all are rich. Some of y'all are smart. Some of y'all are not smart. Some of y'all really like fishing. Some people casually like fishing. So this is one thing I've learned, and because I used to be that way. I used to be a penny pincher. Well, I kind of still am, but I luckily I make enough now off YouTube that I feel like I can live. Okay, you know what? I can go buy meals. I can go buy fishing lures. Now I'm actually going to be meeting with my accountant, and I'm actually behind. So technically, I'm in debt, and I'm technically broke. But I still like spending money on fishing stuff. So here's one that I changed recently where, for instance, advertising for lures. I kind of felt bad about it. I've kind of felt bad about advertising for lures, advertising for my merchandise. I got these Creek fishing shirts. This hoodie is $45. It's a lot of money. And I'm like, man, I don't want to be trying to push $45 on somebody. There's people watching that want to hear this stuff and they want to know what's out there. So it's not my, decision. And I used to do this with heating and air, like giving prices to people. Like, oh, that repair is going to be $250. That's a lot of money. Well, to me it is, but it might not be to him. And so I'm not trying to push what I think on you. I'm just going to show you what's out there. Hey, we got these Nico lures. And these lures are like $8 a pack. That's like $2 a piece. Some people would never buy that. That's ridiculous. Some people would be like, oh, wow, that's a good value because these lures last a long time. Some people, even if these lures tore up, they say it's a good value because they catch fish so much better than other ones. So there's a lot of different reasons that go into people purchasing and buying things. So I've started just, you know what, I'm going to show things. If people want to buy it, they can buy it. It's up to them. But I'm not going to try to shove something down you. I want every one of y'all to buy this. So whenever you see things out there, whenever you see people, hey, I got a discount code. Hey, I'm selling this. Hey, I'm sponsored by this company. Oh, hey, let me show you about this. The reason we're showing this stuff because either we are getting paid for it, but also there's people that want to know, whether I'm getting paid or not, there's people that want to know this stuff because this is what I do. I fish for a living. I've been fishing full time on YouTube 4 years. I've been going all over the place. I've got a bunch of kayaks now, and I have experience, I have knowledge, and when I talk about a kayak or a fishing rod or lure, I have some knowledge, and whether it sounds ridiculous to you or either way, too expensive or too cheap, like I wouldn't buy something that cheap, I wouldn't buy something that expensive. There's people all around, you're not all the same, and everybody thinks different. Some people like to hate on stuff. Some people like to encourage people about stuff. So, yeah. There's my 10 steps. So there's 10 things that you might not have known about YouTube, and now you do. Got any other ones? Leave those in the comments. if there's something I missed. Because I wouldn't mind doing another video like this. You know, it's kind of fun. I don't want to be hating on anybody. Some people are going to, and that's the thing. Some people are going to see this video and think, you're just hating on blah, 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 blah. And then some people are like, hey, I'm glad you made that video. We're all different. Thanks for watching.